Okay, bank recs, Chapter 11. Right. So with these, I think what we need to do is just once you do this in order, you sort of see what's going on. Now, fundamentally, the issue here is this, that as long as you remember this, that when you prepare a set of financial statements, a statement of financial position, you're telling everyone that, oh, under your current assets, you're saying you have some money in the bank. Now, this is your record of what you have in the bank, right? So it's not the bank statement that's in there. It's just your record. Because you might have paid things out that haven't quite gone through the bank, and you have received money that you haven't quite banked. So, I mean, the bank is just, if you like, part of the process if you use it. Some people don't always use banks like that. Some people have several bank accounts. So, and in fact, we talk about cash and cash equivalents. So the bank is just part, again. This is the key point. So we do like to know, if we use our bank, what the relationship is between the bank and the cash book. So the first thing is that we must recognize is that the cash book is what's been declared on your statement of financial position, really. The cash book keeps a record of everything. So, and also the bank statement is a source document. I think this is the first thing. The bank statement, remember that. The bank statement is a source document. Now, when I say it's a source document, again, remember that the cash book is a subsidiary book. So it only makes sense. We've said this so often that it is the source document that goes into the cash book. I mean, stuff from the source document goes into the cash book. I mean, it's possible that there are things that have happened in the source document, the bank statement, that you just do not know about. So update your cash book, which is why the very first step of every bank reconciliation is to update the cash book. Updating the cash book in itself isn't the bank reconciliation. It's just the very introduction to it. You need to start. Your bank rec needs to begin with you updating your cash book. I guess then the next question must be, what are these things that are happening in my cash book that are happening in the bank that I don't know about? Well, your classics are your bank charges, of course, your direct debits, your standing orders, any credit transfers that you just haven't seen. I mean, I know we're living in a digital age now, so it's possible for all this to happen literally at the same time, and you can be updated by your phone and blah, blah, blah. But let's just go back a few years. So the very first step is updating our cash book, and we call these type of differences non-timing differences. The other thing about errors, if you like, so sometimes we have errors that we need to update and things we need to fix. So that's what we're really talking about here. Fixing these errors. There might be mistakes. So just update the cash book, fix the cash book. The bank statement has come along and told you, oh, you thought you'd written that I have £500 in my bank. Your bank statement comes back and says, actually, it's only 50. Well, update the cash book, fix the cash book. So that's kind of the first round of events. And then once you do that, what tends to happen is that, of course, in your cash book, that there will be things that you have, there are two scenarios really. So here's your cash book, for example. Here's your cash book. So you've received a check and you put it in your cash book. So imagine you had £500 opening balance and you received a check for £2,000. You've put the check in your cash book, but it hasn't quite cleared. You put the check in your cash book, you sent it to the bank, but your bank statement is still just showing the opening balance of 500. It's taking a few days to actually clear, so it hasn't cleared. Or you have the other scenario where you've written a check for 1,000 and you've given it to someone, and the person just hasn't taken it to their bank. So you can see that that's still showing as your bank still not, that money hasn't come out of your bank, and that's referred to as an unpresented check. So the bank rec is really made up of this relationship between, well, what's the closing balance here? So we have 500 plus 2,000, 2,500. So we have carried down 1,500. So our cash book is telling us we have 1,500. Our bank statement is telling us we have 500. Well, how do we fix this? Well, it's pretty straight. Well, I have 1,500. I could start with balance as per cash book. I mean, this is, of course, if I've updated, I must update my cash book first. So fill in my cash book and anything missing, like I talked about earlier on. Well, I'm saying I received a check for 2,000. Technically, I'm just doing a reconciliation. 2,000, and then I'm waiting for 1,000 to go out. So that must, of course, arrive at this balance as per my bank, which is 500. So the process is threefold, like I say. The first thing is just make sure the opening balance is, of course, matched to start off with. And then, of course, update your cash book. And then finally, do your actual bank rec. So let's do the example below, just to sort of See, well, of course, I talked about these things. You must be happy with it. These are all non-timing differences that occur that within the bank that you might not have picked up just because you're delayed. So you might have received some interest, you might be charged some interest, standing order, a regular payment, leaving your account. I mean, we don't need to discuss the semantics of what direct debits but the key point is direct debits and standing orders are similar in that you have an agreement. Standing order, you have an agreement via the bank. Direct debit, you have a contract with the vendor to go into your account freely to take this money as and when. And that's pretty much. BACS is a standard kind of automated thing going on where money just leaves your account regularly. So like payments, cash transfers, wages, that sort of thing. Okay, let's do this example here. Again, like I've talked about, what uncleared allotments are and unpresented checks are. There's a nice example here. Let's do this example very quickly. So I always recommend a couple of things. Always have. Oops, sorry. I'm sure I saw an example here. Sorry, 1 second. Almost there. Aha, wait. There. Aha, oops. Sorry, forgive me. This is taking longer than I wanted to. Here we are. Okay, so here we are. Here's an example. We have that looks like a cash book, and here we have a bank statement. Okay, that's right. Okay, so here we are. So what is 3 pence? And you'll see why. And it's good to start off with that way. So first of all, we want to take and find out everything that has actually gone through normally. When I say normally, that we see that there are no problems. They're in the cash book and they're in the bank statement. And let's see what we have here. So here, what I see is I need to look at the opening balances first. And when I look at the opening balance here, it says I have my cash book says 7396, and my bank statement says here I have. Excuse me there. It says I have 8196, but that's the 7396 there. So you can see that the bank statement is just. You can see the effect of that delay. I cleared this check. I put this check in my cash book in May. It's just come out in June. So it's okay. I mean, I can say that this and this and this is this. I can see that it has cleared. So this is at the beginning of this is what you always have to do at the beginning of the month when you're doing a cash book. Just be sure that the balances brought down are the same. So let me tick off everything else I can see in both. Yes. Sorry, this might take a bit of a jiggle, but it'll be worth it. So I can see I'm looking for. Let's just see here. I can see. Can I see the gyro credits of 2,000, 3,500? Let me just quickly have a look. 2,000. 2,000. Yes, I can see this 2,000. I can't see the 3,500. So good. I know that's not there. Oops. Okay. And let's go up again. Let me just see what else I can see. And I'll go the other way quickly. Well, that's the 2,000. I saw the 2,000. I can tick that. The 1864. I'm looking for 1864. 1864 700. 1864 700. 1864. I can see the 1864 700. I can't see that either. Okay, 1864 700. 52. I can't see any of that. Okay, I'll quickly go up there. So remember, my source. This is my source document. The bank statement is my source document. I want to make sure everything is in my cash book. 1864. Okay, right. And I can't see anything else. Well, I don't really. Direct debits, bank charges, and all this, like I mentioned, I probably will be trying to update my cash book with. There's this check of 1290. Let me look for that. 1290. This is taking up to 10 minutes. This is not the plan. 1290. Let's see. Can I see that's the 1290 over there. So these are the things that are nicely through. This is the last video. 1290. So you can see the 1290. That's the 1290. All of this has cleared both my check. It's in my cash book and through my bank. So now I can now look for the things that I can now update my cash book, if you like. So let's now update the cash book. So probably use a different color for updating the cash book. I know that I'm going to be updating my cash book with these four things. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, that's what it's quite clear. They're not in my cash book yet. So I know that this thing need to go into my cash book, and that's what I'm going to do. So when I look at my cash book, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to write the direct debit. All right. So 3,500, 700, 52, and 400. 3,500, 52, 700, and 400. I think it was. Those are the four things. 3,500. Yes, let's just confirm that. Yes, 752 and 400. Great. So that's me. I've updated my cash book and I can tick those. Now I can tick those. So now I've updated my cash book. Yes. Ticked, ticked, ticked. And what's the last one? Ticked. Done. So now that I've updated my cash book, my next task, of course, is to find the new balance carried down. This is my new updated carry down balance. Find that. Let's just do that very quickly, so that you can sort of see so that it makes sense if you're watching this. If you're watching the full version of this. So what am I doing? Pretty much adding all of this. Yes, take all of this and subtract all of this away from this, and that's your balance carried. I'm basically asking how much is in my bank. So that's 7,396 plus 2,000 plus 5,120 plus 3,500 minus 1,864 minus 2,120 minus 1,290 minus 7,400 minus 200 minus 52 minus 700 minus 400 gives us 3,990. So I have 3,990. So your new updated balance brought down is 3,990. So now I can perform my bank rec. And if you see, I believe down here, 3,990. So I mean, I know my balance. Well, I knew my new balance is 3,990. I'm starting from my bank, which is where they want you to start. And so what do? I now go to my bank. This is my longest video so far. Not good. Where we are. Here's my bank. So my balances for my bank is 8590. So I have 8590 here. That's what I'm starting with. 8590. So we said, like I said earlier on, that we have, well, whatever it is, now we're doing the bank rec. This is the bank rec. We're saying, listen, some things have gone through. I mean, we can see those things aren't even ticked. We can see that some things aren't ticked. And the things that aren't ticked, well, I mean, these are ticked. All these are now ticked, of course. So the things that aren't ticked, I could use a different color, of course. Oh, let's put it there. So this isn't ticked yet. This isn't ticked yet. This isn't ticked yet. And even this isn't ticked yet. 2120. So what do? Now I'm saying that I have received this thing for 5120. So I add bank rec, and these checks, and they haven't quite gone out. So I pretty much just have to populate my bank rec with this. It's just a statement saying 7400 and 200. 7400 and 200. 7400, 7200 and 400. So you have this, add this, take away this, and you should get this. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. So this is your bank rec. 3 stages. Check the opening balances. Update the cash book, because the bank statement is a source document. So anything that's not in the bank statement needs to be put into the cash book because it is a source document. Once you've done that, then you can now look at those checks, if you like. It's purely checks that have gone, that are yet to go through the bank statement and just do the bank rec. Right, and hopefully in the exam questions we'll start seeing a couple of taking so long, but at least this covers entirely and covers the bank rec chapter on chapter 11. Okay, great stuff. Thank you. See you later.